Howdy, folks. Windy City Thetan Watch here. Just coming to you live. It's been a while since I've been on the channel. Wanted to see how everybody's doing. We may not get people coming in. We'll see what occurs. But this week I'm going to be out in LA and just wanted to see if there was any appetite for me heading down to Hollywood, checking out the orgs down there in the Hollywood area. I should be there tomorrow evening. Wednesday night, I've got plans. Thursday, I have to be back to the airport by about 9 o'clock, so I don't know if I'll be able to make it. So, not sure what's kind of going on there. I haven't been really in the Scientology or Scientology, anti-Scientology community for quite some time. Having moved down to Florida, I don't live close to the Chicago org, so I can't really get out there and protest as often. How we doing, Scooters? Great to see you. um, and I have tried to go down to Miami as an org. We did a visit down there. It's a class 5 org. It had a lot of people that were in there. We had a couple of engagements with some of the people that were in the parking garage. They kind of claimed, "Oh, we're not here. We're just here for a friend," right? The old, "I'm part of Scientology, but I'm not part of Scientology," or "I'm embarrassed to be a part of Scientology." So the other one, we've gone up to Orlando. The Orlando is in kind of a industrial park, so there's not much really going on there. You can't get onto their property, or the building is very set back from the street, so it doesn't have that much advantage. Howdy, Taz. No, sorry, howdy me, Taz as well. But this week I'll be out in California. I'll be just a little bit south of LA, and I thought, hey, is it worth my time to try to get to the Hollywood orgs? Do people still go out there? Is the Hollywood Recruiting Center open again? I haven't watched Streets. I haven't watched really anybody in quite some time. I pretty much disconnected from this the group or the community, and there's all kinds of interesting stuff going on in the community. Rather than just rallying against Scientology, it feels like we're rallying against one another on occasion. So that's never any fun. Howdy, Fuzzy. Sorry for no warning, but thanks for coming in. And yeah, I just wonder, is there any activity down on L. Ron Hubbard or near the, darn it, not the Celebrity Center, but the recruiting area? So it's very, my guess is that most causes kind of go this way, that right? What's the old lawyer statement? When you're strong on the facts, pound the facts. When you're strong on the story, pound the story. When you don't have either, pound the table. And it just feels like that's kind of what a lot of what the group kind of evolved into. So, are there people out there? Like, if I go out there, am I going to see Jessica? Am I going to see Tori? Am I going to see Laura? Or are people out there kind of just randomly? So, and I don't have many contacts. I might have Mindy's contact. I don't know if I have a contact for Laura. Would love to meet Dan Walks LA, just because he and my other channel, Windy Wanderers, have a lot in common there. So that'll be interesting. It is great to see all you all. I miss when we used to come in here and have civil discord, right? Just communicating with one another. I wonder if Scientology Chicago has gotten a footing where it can get out and it can do its recruiting. I felt that there was a core group of us there that really did put a halt to Scientology's ability to recruit new people there in Chicago. And there were some indications from the from the community that there were no new Scientologists in Scientology. Let me see if I can do a quick search on our buddy Joe Sakala. See if he's been in the world now. So the first hit is his Dream Exchange. The third post is New York Post, SEC probe startup Dream Exchange. Wow, who's surprised by that? And oh, wow, I like that. Let's see here. I'm really bad at how to play this game anymore. How do I share? Share my screen. We'll do that. So, yeah, this we knew that there was a Scientology, so alleged Scientology links. That's interesting. Alleged my butt. Yeah, the feds are probing a Chicago-based startup called Dream Exchange and its alleged ties to the Church of Scientology after a whistleblower claimed the company misused investor funds. Now, I think that Shannon was really the first one that brought an awful lot of notice to this particular issue where they were commingling of funds. Early on, I was able to know that Sakala was part of Dream Exchange. So we had a couple of blogs on that as well. I owe Fuzzy Pizza, but they bought me. They took me to a beautiful pizza place, and it just so happened on that day the pizza oven wasn't working. So we had the world's best salads at the pizza store. But yeah, this. I wonder if anything really ever came of this investigation into here. So if anybody's got any information on that, that'd be awesome. We do know that Sakala is a major donor to the organization. He got the, oh darn, what was it? The Grand Master, although that's not really what it's called, but he's got a title of great recruiter because I believe he went on to Battle Creek to try to start that process up. Haven't talked to our Battle Creek friends in a couple of years, so no idea where the Battle Creek org's at these days. So let's see here. What else do we have to do? I was over in Ybor City about a month ago, and I did take some static film, but I didn't go live while I was there. And then on my drive back, I went through Plant City, and I know that Plant City is another. I think Plant City is a Class 5 org in that over there. Plant City felt like small. It felt like a bump just off the highway. I think we ended up driving through there on the way back. I also found that I really don't love driving across Florida. It's it takes you about 4 hours, and it's mostly traffic, and it's on the Tampa side. Like you can move very fast between the East Coast and about Tampa, but once you get to Tampa, you're going to be down to about 10, 15 miles an hour at that point in time. So something else that was kind of funny, it jarred my memory. In order to go to bed at night, I watch old TV shows quite a few times, and one of them is The Ranch. And if you know anything about The Ranch it stars Ashton Kutcher, wow, big defendant and proponent of Danny Masterson, and Danny did nothing wrong, and he's a man of the most high esteem. Based upon he and Mina's correspondence with the judge, but it also had Sam Elliott, and Sam Elliott is top dog. But there are a couple of very foreshadowing elements there. One of the early episodes, the way that Danny Masterson, the character, I can't remember, oh, Rooster is his character, is treating females. Ashton Kutcher says something like the fact of, hey, the way you treat women is going to get you in trouble someday. And it was like, wow, that's That's pretty funny. Um, okay, so there are streamers who. Oh, wait, I can still click on these. Oh, that didn't work out well. So Fuzzy's letting me know that there are still streamers who audit at the Blue and the Recruitment Center, but not necessarily every day. Okay, yeah. So I figured if I went down there, it would kind of be a bit of a crapshoot in there. Um, I still might just because I'd like to see the area. I think I've been in that area before, but before I knew it was Scientology there. I knew where the Scientology Celebrity Center was because it's got all kinds of signage about it. But the last time I was in Hollywood was probably 8, 9 years ago. And I just don't remember seeing Scientology signage other than at the Celebrity Center. So that'll be interesting. Um, is there anybody still in Chicago doing any kind of protesting? Every once in a while, I'll see uh, Trashy V12 out there, but not at the org. But he'll go live. But I think that he's gone back more into both lifestyle, cooking, and a little bit of car venture. Ah, do do they have blinds? I can't remember if they have blinds. Uh, Really, the last time that I was really involved in this movement actively, the recruitment center was basically closed down. There was nothing going on there. Howdy, Janet. Great seeing you. This is good to know. That's excellent. I do see her content. Uh, all right. Good night, me and Taz. Um, oh, so do they have just frosted? Okay, so they've got frosted glass. What I do remember, the last time I saw anybody show Chicago was it looked like they stripped, the frosted glass, which that frosted glass was just a decal on the inside of it. So, um, what else do we have? Uh, I have seen a couple of new YouTube, videos on more like on documentary newsy stories about Scientology, and they were names that I didn't recognize. Like there's a guy named Jason Polychron, and he recently did an interview, and it was mostly a just the facts, ma'am type interview, right? Of hey, what is disconnection? The idea of it steals a lot of its lingo and a lot of its positioning from sailing in the Navy. uh, he talked about the RPF, and in the Navy, if you get yourself in trouble in the Navy, they put you on restricted duties, right? Which restricted duties is you're going to go in and you're going to use your toothbrush in the head to clean things up. So, very similar to what we know the RPFs kind of devolved into in that space. So, um, what else? Does anybody do well? Is it even worth doing daily news uh, in the space? Like I feel like Natalie left the space to do more lifestyle work and just actually be off of the internet. So is anybody still doing any works or updates that way? What else do we have? All right. I may have emails. Now I've got to remember how to get back into that account. Nope, that's not it. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, that's excellent, Mom Squirrel. Uh, love that. Um, is are people still making a presence at the LA meetings? Um, I have no doubt that Antics is very good at it or great at it. So, um, let's see here. Very, very cool, Scooters. Um, I do like that, those, again, everybody has their different opinion of protest. I will tell you that when I visit Clearwater, I don't really go over to the Fort Harrison or whatever the big building. I don't know. I don't remember if it's a Superpowers building or the big building across from the Fort Harrison. That doesn't really feel to me to be something that is protesting Scientology, and I'm not against it. Hey, protest however you wish to, but I much more prefer the how do I inform people of what's going on in their community. So that's something that I think is rather important. And well, I really miss those days where I would be off camera in Chicago and people would come up to me and say, "Hey, I know that you're out in front of Scientology. Why are you doing that?" And I'd be able to explain to them. And it was interesting to see how aghast people are when they find out what the Church of Scientology is. Um, and again, if you think about the way that Scientology puts itself out there, it is a self-help group, and at the lowest levels, there's reasonable elements about what's going on there, but those are just loss leaders to kind of keep you in and to kind of sink the hook as you get more sucked into the old days, uh, or you get more sucked into some of the higher levels, right? And the niacin. And I read something else on the niacin is one of the B complexes of vitamins, right? And that it absolutely really hurts your liver. You can get in big trouble there. If you're eating chicken liver and you're doing niacin, then you're really double, tripling that process. Where I saw it was in an expose on the fraudulent element about electrolytes in that space. And electrolytes themselves, very, very good. But then usually what happens with electrolytes is after you get the first drink, then they bring in flavored and then vitamins and nutrients in that regard. So that was interesting to hear more about niacin outside of the dangers that Scientology puts you in there. Yeah, you know what? Um, that I always appreciated, and there were so many people in the community that helped me out. Um, Scooter, Mama Squirrel, the idea like when I was stumbling on stream and I needed to remember something, you were always helpful in that regard. You gave me an awful lot of information. You helped me out when I had to go in front of the police and write reports out for the police. I will tell you that all of the body cam footage from the book fest was denied, and it was under the most incredibly stupid, right? That hey, I wasn't the one that was lodging the request or lodging the protest with the police on that day, and I tried to explain to him it doesn't matter who was lodging the protest with the police. What's important is that it's a public document. I want access to the public document. I want to see how you were lied to. I want to see how you cajoled the Scientology, pseudo victims that were there. How you tried to coach them into how they could entrap us, just to show you how unethical you were as police officers that day. Right? You had absolute disregard for the law. Um, you had absolute disregard for the idea that you were in a public space, right? I had every right to be as close as I needed to or as I wanted to in that regard. I wasn't stopping you from doing your job. I wasn't stopping Scientology from doing their job. I was informing people as to what Scientology was doing that day. Um, it's just always funny that Scientology or Scientologists, they're trained to be incredibly persistent. Because if you look at that weekend, right, how many times did the police tell the Scientologist to go pound sand, right? That, hey, nothing he's doing is wrong. He's allowed to do whatever he wants to. Again, reasonably within the law, right? I was just filming and I was talking to people. I used to always love well, you're jamming your camera in people's faces. And it's like, okay, you know very well I'm not jamming my camera in there. But Scientology is going to keep on knocking on doors until somebody answers. And that day, the female officer answered. Boy, I'm sure I still remember her name. I was going through some documents the other day when I was organizing my office, and I saw that her name, is it Otto or something like that, or Ott something? But just that frustration that was going on there. So, all right. I've I've seen a few of them, and both of you, Mama Squirrel and Antics, I'm going to leave the weekly reporting to you. So that'll be great. I do think that I'll go ahead and head down to the Hollywood area just to see what's there. And it's been a long time since I've been that. Even the things outside of Scientology. I want to go past the Chinese theater, or I'm confident they don't call it the Chinese Grauman's anymore, but go see the footprints and handprints in the concrete, and enjoy a little bit of time out there in Los Angeles. Then head back here. Yeah, I think that's all we've got for tonight. Fuzzy, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. I didn't give you any notice, but you're always there to help, and I love seeing all the common and frequent names from back in the day. So I appreciate all your time. I am going to check my email as soon as I leave here. I've got to go figure out where I left that my password for that account. But I hope you all have a blessed day, and I will hopefully see you sometime this week.